We're at the National Quartet Convention. With me, the members of Brian Free and Assurance, and sitting right next to me is Brian Free. Brian, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you, Ken. It's great to be back.
It is. It's nice. It feels like a reunion.
It does, and I'm sorry we only get to do it maybe once or twice a year. I wish it were more often.
That's right. I know we have some new exciting projects going on. Let me ask these guys a question first, and we'll get back to that. One of the things we want to talk about is that Live at Oak Tree DVD. How was that? How was the recording?
It was good.
Was it?
He will elaborate right now.
Well, we discussed this before you guys got here, and I said, unless I ask Derek about the baby, I'm probably not going to get an answer. So let me go back to that. How's the baby doing?
She's doing wonderful. She's 2.5 now. I didn't know she could do it, but she was riding on a little scooter that looked like a skateboard that had a handle on it. It's awesome.
Okay. Very good.
You know how to get something out of him.
At least I knew where to go as a backup. Yeah. When you were becoming interested in Southern gospel singing, who were the favorite bass singers? Who did you look up to?
Right. Well, my favorite bass singer, the first bass singer I ever heard was J.D. Sumner. And I saw him when I was about 13 years old. Saw him at a little church in Hartselle, Alabama. And my dad said, "You need to hear this guy, J.D. Sumner. He's lowest bass singer in the world." I was like, whatever. So we go to this little church, and into the first song, he rolls down, and the whole building's shaking. I was like, wow, that's what I want to do when I get old. Yeah, he spent some time with me there a few years before he died. When he would take me on the bus, and he'd try to give me pointers and stuff. And he said, there was one night he said, after the concert's over, I want to hear you sing. So after everybody left the church, he put me on his microphone, and he sat, just me and him. He was sitting in the audience listening to me, just me and him. And that's something I'll never forget.
That is one in a million memory. Let me see if I can find out from you about the new DVD.
New DVD turned out amazing. By far, to me, in my opinion, it's the best that we've done since I've been here. It was, in a studio setting, so it wasn't like a live concert. So, and they did, story. We did interviews. They come on the bus, and we just had a great time. It was kind of us impromptu, really. It was just having fun, and it comes across on the DVD as well. I really like it. And I think it's our best so far.
What's the title of that?
Anything is Possible, and it's live in Nashville.
We've been reading over the last maybe a couple of years about the Gold City reunions every once in a while. And did you sing professionally before Gold City?
No, actually, Gold City was my first professional gospel group. Sang with a lot of local groups there, close to home. My family had a little family group. My mom and dad and my brothers and myself. When we started singing when I was about 6. So I did that for a number of years, and then in my teenage years, on up until 18, which is when I started with Gold City. I was with different groups before that. That was the first professional gospel group.
And how did you get connected with them?
Actually, the owner, Floyd Beck, who owned Gold City and formed and started Gold City, heard me sing with a local group that I was with at the time there in Dahlonega, Georgia at the Theater Auditorium downtown. And he was in the audience that night. And, of course, I never met him, didn't know anything about him or anything like that. But it turns out like about 6 weeks later, I got a phone call. They tracked me down, found out, how to get in touch. I lived at home with my mom and dad, of course, then. And I got home from work one day after I graduated high school, went to work at the Coca-Cola company in Marietta, driving a forklift. And I got home from work and had a message from him and gave him a call and wanted to know if I wanted to come up and audition. He was starting a group called Gold City and wanted to know if I wanted to sing tenor. And I said, sure, I'll drive up there. The rest of it was history.
Well, that was at the very beginning of Gold City. I didn't realize.
Yeah, they had been around. They had been a group that he brought from Mississippi before that. He brought a group of guys from Mississippi through, which included the original Gold City. The original Gold City, technically, was Jerry Ritchie singing lead, Bob Oliver singing tenor, Ken Trussell singing baritone, and Dallas Gillen singing bass. So that was the original Gold City, but they even had a different name at that time. They recorded under a different name, and then while the album was being made, they changed the name, and it went to Gold City.
Now, tell me about the new CD.
It's entitled Nothing But Love. Our first single went out about 4 or 5 weeks ago. It's entitled I Want to Be That Man. 10, you hear this a million times. I sit here and say 10 great songs. 10 very, very good songs, very great songs in our opinion. Songs that minister to you, songs that say something, songs with meat. It's one of those projects that you put in and all 10 songs are going to bless you. Not just one or two, but all 10. In some form or fashion, they're going to bless you. And it's one of those, to me, even if we weren't involved in it, I'd want to hear that CD over and over and over again. And not every CD do you do that. Yeah. Some CDs you hear them a few times, and you're cool, put them away for a little while and come back to them. This is one that I think people want to live with on a daily basis. And the new single, first song off of it, is a gorgeous song written by my son Ricky Free and Lee Black, the writer. And so they did a great job on that song. Ricky actually co-wrote 4 of the 10 songs on the project, and that is one of them, the single, including the single.
Produced it too.
Yeah, produced, arranged, played the drums, led the session.
Yeah.
Everything. He did so much on the project, which he does every project.
Taught him well, didn't you?
I didn't teach him. He got a whole lot more talent. No, I wish I could say that. He's a lot more talented than his father ever has been or ever will be.
Let's check the Brian Free and Assurance website.
It's brianfreeandassurance.com. Just simple name, spell out the name of the group.com. It'll take them to it. It's a great website, online store, video blogs, all kinds of cool stuff. They can sign up on an email newsletter and get a newsletter from us every month or two. It's a great website.
Well, to all the members of Brian Free and Assurance, always nice to see you, and thanks for being on Gospel Music today.
Thank you for what you do.